previously disadvantaged areas. In our studio slot, we bring you, by popular request, a repeat of an interview Tabu did a short while ago on the gift of the Givers Foundation. So, let's begin. The South African Institute of Chartered Accountants Tutuka Education Upliftment Program identifies, develops and recruits chartered accountant talent from rural schools. Since its inception in 2002, Tutuka has grown from one provincially based project to over 20 projects with activities in all 9 provinces. Let's meet Godfrey Mongatane, a successful candidate of this initiative.
In my years at this school, the Frederick Dawa Comprehensive, my teachers have always asked me and challenged me to do the best that I could be, and thereby stretching to go as far as I can in terms of this career. I remember when I was in grade 12, Mrs. Makafula, who's here, asked me if I could be a chartered accountant, and I didn't know what that was. And coincidentally, in that year, in the very same year, SAICA's outreach program, one of our schools was chosen to be in that program, and we went into the SAICA initiative, and we were taught accounting, and we were taught about being a CA and so on. And as I always tell my students, the only reason really attracted me to being a CA was because of the money, first of all, because of the background where I come from and be able to help my family. And then secondly, it's because there really is a shortage, and there's so many opportunities with being a chartered accountant. You could pretty much be anything you want. I've got friends who are pastors, but they are chartered accountants. I've got friends who are lecturers with me. I've got friends who are trainers with me. I've got people who are CFOs who are my friends. I've got people who are CEOs of companies, and so on and so on. So it really does open a lot of opportunities in the world for anyone who really wants to pursue the career. It means a lot to me to be helping out with SAICA and the school's initiative, because I know what they've done for me. They took my hand and they really took me to that course. I remember we did it here on accounting, and my understanding of accounting really was flawed. And in that time that I spent, in the week that I spent with them teaching as accounting, I really did grow, and it really formed the basis of everything else that I know now. Going into university, being there, supporting me financially with the books and getting us the top lecturers, taking us to camps to teach, just going beyond what normal bursaries do, whereas a normal bursary would just put you in a university and pay for your fees and expect you to pass. SAICA and Tutuka would really invest in your future, invest in your soft skills, see whether you're passing, how can they help, take you there, develop you, on personal skills, which is something that a lot of CAs in the industry may lack. We might have the knowledge, but the personal skills, the communication skills, the training, we don't necessarily receive from university. We just need to learn off the streets or just outside. But SAICA really does invest in that, and they take you on camps which develop you as an individual to be a people's person and to be a prominent leader in that regard. And my involvement with the students, other than to encourage them to become CAs, I want to encourage them to be anything they could be in life, whether it's in their personal life, in their professional lives, and so on and so on. They just to encourage them that, listen, it is possible if you just set your mind to it. Being a CA generally requires you to have a good mark in maths and English, core maths, that is. I would encourage students to stop being afraid of what maths is, especially because we have a lot of students in the country who are studying accounting, doing very well in accounting, economics, and business studies, but they took maths literacy and therefore cannot be admitted to schools, which is a very big problem. So the most important message that I've sent out there is that it is possible. You don't have to sit and suffer in silence. There are people. Go to your teachers, talk to your teachers, talk to your fellow students. You really would make it and be successful in life. The requirements to being a CA can be met. I mean, I come from a rural school, and me and about 140 other people that started first year at the University of Limpopo come from similar circumstances, and we made it. And even then we didn't have lecturers, and we sat down together in groups and we helped each other. We used the internet, we used every resource that we could to make sure that we get through this CA thing, and here we are today, and we're doing this interview as CAs.
The Gift of the Givers Foundation is the largest disaster relief organization of African origin on the African continent. The foundation has delivered over 750 million rand in aid to 35 countries around the world, including South Africa. It has designed and developed the world's first and largest containerized mobile hospital, which was deployed in Bosnia. It was comparable to the best hospitals in Europe and remains unmatched to this day. To find out more about the foundation, I have now Salim Said. He is the manager of the KwaZulu-Natal branch of the Gift of the Givers. Said, good morning and thank you for joining us.
Good morning to you.
Now, you are one of the most popularly known names when it comes to disaster relief, but what is the objectives of the organization and how do you help needy communities within Africa?
Well, as you mentioned, we are the largest disaster relief organization of African origin.